Sometimes the best trips aren't the ones you plan months ahead. They're the ones that happen naturally. After leaving Surf Ranch in Lemoore, we decided to keep the adventure going and head up into the mountains toward Bass Lake, California. No pressure, no strict schedule. Just the open road, good conversation, and seeing where the weekend would take us. This is Surfing Thru Studios, Episode 2. There's something special about the trips you never fully plan. After wrapping up our time at Surf Ranch in Lemoore, we weren't really ready to head home yet. The energy from the ranch was still there. The sunburns, the music, the stories, the feeling that summer was officially beginning. It was Memorial Day weekend in California, and instead of calling it a trip, we looked at each other and thought, why stop now? So we packed up the gear, loaded the cameras, charged the drone batteries, and headed north toward Bass Lake. At first, Bass Lake almost felt too iconic. You hear the stories, you hear about the history, the old school California lake culture, the movies filmed there, the legendary summer vacation energy that's been around for decades. Sometimes places like that can feel overly polished, almost like they've become a parody of themselves over time. But honestly, Bass Lake still has its soul. The second we pulled into the Pines Resort, everything slowed down in the best possible way. Tall trees, cool mountain air, cabins tucked into the woods, families grilling outside, boats drifting across the water. You could hear laughter echoing through the lake at night. It wasn't trying too hard. That's what made it special. This place wasn't pretending to be a luxury escape or some influencer hotspot. It felt real, relaxed, timeless, like the kind of California getaway people have been quietly returning to for generations. And honestly, the people there carried that same exact energy. Everybody was chill. Nobody was rushing. Nobody was flexing. It was just people enjoying life. That's something that's becoming harder and harder to find. One of the first places we hit was Ducey's Bar and Grill at the Pines Resort. Going into it, we thought maybe it would just be one of those historic tourist spots people hype up because of nostalgia. Nah, Ducey's was incredible. Straight up one of those places where the atmosphere actually matches the food. Big windows looking out toward the lake, mountain lodge vibes, cold drinks, people hanging out after being on the water all day. The kind of spot where you accidentally stay 2 hours longer than you planned because the vibe is just too good. And the food? Crazy good. The type of meal where everybody at the table goes silent for a minute because they're too busy eating. Move over Margaritaville. Ducey's is a banger. What made Bass Lake even more interesting was learning the history behind it. A lot of people don't realize the lake is actually man-made and tied to PG&E operations and hydroelectric infrastructure in California. So underneath all the vacation energy and summer memories, there's this deeper layer of engineering and California history holding everything together. And somehow that contrast made the place even cooler. A man-made lake that still feels completely natural. One day we decided to hit the trails and explore the surrounding areas. We took the drone out and started capturing cinematic shots over the trees, the shoreline, and the mountains wrapping around the water. From above, Bass Lake looks unreal. Deep blue water cutting through the forest like something out of a movie. And maybe that's why filmmakers loved it so much. But even with all that history, Bass Lake never felt played out. It still had charm, still had character. Still had that feeling where you wake up in the morning, walk outside the cabin, take a deep breath of mountain air, and realize you don't really want to leave yet. Then came the jet skis.
Austin, Texas, the stars shine so bright. Country tunes play through the night. Franklin, Tennessee, with the charm so true, where the music flows and dreams come through. Grandson, the story shows all year round. Live music magic, the best can be found. Knoxville, Tennessee, with the Smoky Mountain view, a country beats and nature's beauty brew. Live life to the fullest. That's how we do.
And just when we thought the trip couldn't get any better, Bass Lake gave us one more story. While we were out on the jet skis, a boat stranded out on the lake had completely run out of gas. People were stuck, drifting out there with no way back in. So my dad, Teddy Sr., hooked up the jet ski and literally pulled the boat back to shore. Straight up saved the day. And honestly, that kind of sums up this whole trip. What started as an impromptu Memorial Day stop after Surf Ranch turned into one of the most genuine getaways we've had in a long time. Bass Lake still has that charm. The cabins, the people, the history, Ducey's, the water, the mountain air. It never felt overly touristy or played out, it just felt real, relaxed, classic California. And that's what Surfing Thru Studios is all about, finding those moments you can't really plan for. But this is only episode 2. Because next, we hit the coastline. We're taking Highway 1 from Santa Barbara all the way down to San Diego, then back up the California coast through places like Pismo Beach and Santa Cruz. Ocean views, hidden spots, good food, good people, drone shots, stories, music, and the kind of moments that remind you why California is still one of the greatest road trip states in the world. So stay locked in. This is Surfing Thru Studios, and we're just getting started.
Truck still ticking in the driveway, radio crying some old tone. You stood there on his cross like you knew I'd be back soon. We don't fight like strangers, no, we cut too deep. When you know somebody's so